Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Waltoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about bottled cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, Japan gives over $82,000 to purchase ballot boxes for Fiji's September elections. New $11 million hospital safe from whims of nature and expected to provide world-class service for nearby communities. And misunderstanding leads to disappointment as much-awaited town declaration of Navarre did not eventuate. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. The Fijian Elections Office has revealed what the new ballot boxes will look like. More than $82,000 will be used to buy the boxes, which are said to be on par with what is used around the world. The Japanese government is helping pay for the ballot boxes. Ritika Pratap has more.
You'll be able to see the first paper falling.
This is where ballot papers will go once you've come out of the voting booth. 2,500 of these ballot boxes will be used all over Fiji. 445-litre ballot boxes will be used for small polling station with 30 to 150 voters. 2,100 of these 86-litre boxes will be sent to polling stations that have up to 500 voters.
These ballot boxes are international standards. They are transparent and allow you to see your vote actually fall into the box. So if you are the first voter, you will be able to see your ballot fall into the box as the first, and if there is anything else in the box already, you have the right to refuse to vote.
The transparent boxes show ballot papers dropping in are sealed using 4 pull-tight security seals. The solid construction does not allow for any joints. Simply put, there is only one slot for ballot papers to be inserted. These specifications were chosen based on recommendations by observers in the 2006 election.
And this one, once it's open, it's difficult. This cannot be opened
Unless it's broken
or cut. If that happens, then we know that it's been tampered with. The number here will be written in the record book, and the same number has to be on it when it comes back.
The Japanese Charge d'Affaires Kinzo Nakagun says they want to help Fiji hold free and fair elections.
On the formalizing of Japan's assistance to this project, and I look forward to its successful implementation. It also gives me immense pleasure to state that Japan looks forward to continued cooperation and providing assistance to Fiji for the post-election capacity building of the new Parliament of Fiji.
Sanim says the old ballot boxes were unsecure, non-durable, and needed large space for storage. An unnamed local company is manufacturing the new boxes to be handed to the elections office by the 15th of next month. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Fijian Elections Office will need about 219 vehicles on polling day. Tender applications are now open for companies that want to apply. Election Supervisor Mohammed Sanim says the tender committee will select various contractors based in different parts of the country.
The tenders request for people who have ability in certain areas to provide transport. So if there is a company that could have provided transport, say in Central Division, then we can consider that based on the tenders. But it doesn't mean the whole country will be provided for by one company. On an estimate, we need approximately 219 vehicles on election day. So I doubt that we will have a company with such capacity single-handedly handling that.
Vehicles will be needed to transport ballot papers, boxes and other equipment to 1,337 venues. 14,000 election day staff will also need to be transported to the polling venues. Residents in the Greater Namosi and Serua area today have access to the same healthcare services as those in the urban centres. Chanel Sivan reports the much-awaited new Navarre Hospital was officially opened today.
Gone are the days for the people of Navarre to be relocated at midnight from the old hospital when the Navarre River broke its banks. More than 25,000 people will no longer have to travel to Suva to access medical services.
It's a major milestone in our efforts to lift the standard of the medical services we offer, particularly outside of big city centers. This new hospital will dramatically improve the lives of the people of Navarre by giving them access to a world-class health facility.
$11 million was spent by the Chinese government on building the new hospital.
In recent years, floods have led to terrible disruptions in hospital service. Residents of this region have been expanding for a new hospital for a long time.
The hospital is constructed over 3,000 square meters of land at Naimelimeli, which is about 5 minutes drive out of Navarre towards Suva.
It's celebration time for the people of Namosi and Serua. We have been inside the hospital and we saw there's already patients inside. The hospital caters 450 patients a day. It has 20 beds, an ambulance service, a morgue and staff quarters.
I'm so happy. I'm glad that we gave up this land to have the hospital built here. I'm grateful to the Prime Minister for the hospital, and I thank the people and the government.
The hospital has an outpatient clinic, emergency clinic, medical technical rooms, inpatient rooms, X-ray facility, administrative and supportive facilities. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Meanwhile, miscommunication led to the postponement of the declaration of Navarre as a town today. Residents and an organising committee prepared for the event but were later told the declaration would be made in October. Chanel Sivan again with more on the story.
Residents, the business community and other interested groups had been preparing for today's special occasion since Monday. Outgoing Commissioner Central Lieutenant Colonel Lysenia Tuitombo later made this announcement to the public.
We have just done the first phase of the declaration to declare the town of Navarre. We were supposed to do the declaration as we prepared today, but according to some unforeseen and communication breakdown in the machinery, that we will do the occasion and it will be official only by the end of October.
Also apologized on behalf of the government.
Ladies and gentlemen, turangan na bunibal no Namosi, nisa chuna on turangan na bunibalu Serua, all the business community, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I extend my sincere sorrow and for the preparation that we did today, and I hope that you will bear and understand where we are right now.
Students had lined up the main street and a live band entertained the crowd.
This morning we told the committee members, and we had that opening of that. So we thought we will go and tell the Prime Minister that we have this already. But he announced at the opening of the hospital that the town. That's when we know that he's not declaring the town.
The postponement bringing with it disappointment.
At the moment, it's a very disappointment moment for our business committee and the people of Navarre, because I think everything was set regarding to all the scheme plan, everything which was structured by government. But at the last minute, that thing happened like that, and I think we feel very bad about it.
Residents of Navarre, like this businessman, will now have to prepare for the announcement in October. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, new wheelchairs provide some relief to CWM hospital services.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me hi. Tangi tauwa me. Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva. It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bo julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The proposed One Fiji party is awaiting word on its application for registration with the Register of Political Parties. The Register of Political Parties, Mohammed Saneem, was asked to comment on the progress of the proposed party's application.
We had issued a letter to them yesterday, and then we later retracted it because some new issues arose which we were not aware of earlier, and in light of those new issues, the application will be dealt with.
There is one objection against the proposed One Fiji party, and this was lodged by the Fiji First, which claimed there are similarities in the name and this would confuse voters. The Fiji First political movement says it continues to receive reports of its supporters' vehicles being vandalized, and General Secretary Ayah Said Qayyum says this is a concern. Rashika Kumar has the details.
Several vehicle owners have reportedly visited the Fiji First office to indicate they want the political movement sticker removed from their vehicles as they feel intimidated. Fiji First General Secretary Ayah Said Qayyum said the police needs to investigate the cases of vandalism.
Police officers saying, the political party needs to come and report it to us individually, only then we will investigate. Again, that's wrong. It is a individual property that has been damaged, first and foremost. If you go and break somebody's windscreen, that is an individual person's property has been damaged. They need to investigate that. And secondly, they need to investigate whether it was politically motivated.
Said Qayyum has also raised a concern with the Electoral Commission, but the Commission is yet to comment on the matter.
To be able to ensure members of the public and voters, to give them the level of confidence to be able to express themselves, they need to reassure members of the public that nobody should be intimidated.
Electoral Commission Chairman Chen Banyang is yet to respond to our questions. Police had received one report of alleged vandalism on a taxi in Lautoka, which it is investigating. Rashika Kumar, FBC News.
Residents of Manuka Settlement in Vatuanga have been assured they no longer have to worry about being evicted as the land they are living on is secured under the 2013 Constitution. Vusita Kotewasawasa reports the assurance came from Fiji First President Dr. Chico Luveni during a campaign at the settlement last night.
Residents of Nanuku Settlement gathered in numbers to raise their concerns on issues affecting their everyday lives. One major concern is the possibility of eviction from where they currently reside.
Constitution, you are protected. Nobody can evacuate you from here. Nobody can come to you and say, I'm wanting my land back. Move. You cannot. They have to go to the court to settle that.
Amongst other issues that took center stage at the campaign, electricity and housing issues were also brought up.
The things has been not okay here, like the electricity. In some of the places, the houses are not good, and any development things will be here.
We've started there in G2 Estate. We are building homes that you can move into, and we are also resettling people if you want to. From a place like this. So the government is working slowly on that. And even electricity, we are now in liaison with FEA for them to provide electricity to informal settlement. But there has to be a contract between FEA and yourself so that if you do move out, they can move you.
Dr. Luveni also reminded those present that voting responsibly in the September elections will ensure a good future for everyone. Wasita Kotuwasawasa, FBC News.
The Spinal Injuries Association of Fiji and the Vodafone Fiji Foundation have come to the rescue of the CWM hospital in Suva by donating 5 wheelchairs. Rashika Kumar reports.
Each day, over 1,000 people go through the doors of CWM Hospital. Many of them are patients who require wheelchairs. According to matron Margaret Leong, there is a great need for wheelchairs in the hospital.
We have more than 22 wards and an additional, more than 22 outpatient services where patients come in on a daily basis. And every single area needs wheelchairs.
Spinal Injuries Association has been identified by the Vodafone's World of Difference program as one of the organizations that need assistance in carrying out their functions. The Spinal Injuries Association of Fiji agrees there is a need for hospitals to be equipped to meet the needs of persons with disabilities.
These equipments are not, they're not cheap, they're extremely expensive, and anything that we can do to support the hospital in order to carry out its services, improve on it, I think is everybody's responsibility.
Vodafone Fiji's head of corporate affairs, Shailendra Prasad, says they are not the primary organization that assists people.
Vodafone is not, hopefully is not seen as the default body that taking over the responsibility, which rightfully is government's responsibility. We are here to support as a responsible corporate.
Meanwhile, the association will be donating 13 beds and 5 more wheelchairs to health authorities next week. Rashka Kumar, FBC News.
And on that note, we turn to sports now. Jamie joins you with the latest.
Good evening. In sports after the break, Navarre Rugby Union plan to call a meeting with all major unions if the FRU do not meet tomorrow's deadline. And Fiji Table Tennis Association secures new training facility. Stay with us for the details.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nen.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about bottled cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. The Navarre Rugby Union says if they don't receive a reply from the Fiji Rugby Union by tomorrow, they will be meeting all major unions on Saturday in Suva to decide their next course of action. Navarre Rugby Union has given the FRU until tomorrow to respond to concerns raised by them, which include man-of-the-match payments and other prizes. Meanwhile, the FRU says it has invited provincial rugby delegates to attend a meeting on Saturday to address all issues that have been raised. FRU Chair Philomoni Wangabada says the issues raised by the Navarre Rugby Union are operational matters and do not concern the sponsors of the Skipper Cup competition, CJ Patel. Meanwhile, the Suva rugby side is still hard at work with preparations for its match against Navarre in the Skipper Cup semi-final next weekend. Although Suva announced its support for the Navarre Rugby Union stand against the FRU yesterday, the team has not lost focus of its match against the Stallions. Josephine Navula reports.
The Suva rugby side knows its sudden death time and nothing less than a win will suffice against Navarre in the Skipper Cup semi-final.
We should expect some changes. And after the last round of last match, we've learned so much. We took our boys to the ground, so we had time for them on the whiteboard. And we identified areas that we really need to improve.
The Salimoni Ravovo coach side won a tough battle against Valtukola, 33 points to 29 in the last round on Saturday. Now the team knows they need to step up from round-robin mode to finals intensity.
Preparation is just as normal as same preparation we did in our and we're just tuning our boys just to focus on the important.
Suva plays Navarre at Lawanga Park next Saturday. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
Fiji's sprint king Banuve Tambakaudoro will feature in the men's 200 meters semi-final at the Commonwealth Games tonight. The Bao Bullet finished second in his heat to qualify for the semis with a time of 21.04 seconds. Eunice Besse was also placed second in a heat for the women's 200 meters but did not make the qualifying time to progress to the next round. In lawn bowls, the Fijian teams were on the losing end, with Samuel Atui losing both his games in the men's singles, while the women's triples team lost in the quarterfinals to Australia 25-8. After months of bemoaning the lack of training venues in the country, the Fiji Table Tennis Association today secured a new facility for the sport. The Fiji Sports Council has leased a whole block of classrooms at Lavala Bay Secondary School to accommodate the association's new training site. Talenda Dakadaka reports.
This block of classrooms at Lavala Bay Secondary School will become the new training center for local table tennis players. The Fiji Sports Council leased the facility over to the Fiji Table Tennis Association for the next year and a half.
Where table tennis will take up the concrete building, and they'll be able to house 14 tables uninterrupted for a whole year plus, and they'll be focusing on their own table tennis programs.
Securing a proper training venue has been a problem that has plagued local table tennis, but now players and officials are glad that they can now put this issue to rest.
We never had an area where we could have 14 tables, except for the national gym, but this is our own now, so we in the past, we've always had to move from venue to venue, and it's really affected some of our development programs.
The facility will undergo a proper workover before table tennis players can move in.
We're hoping to get all our things up in all the facelift to a proper standard of to what we need is probably within a month.
The timing for securing this new site could not have been better, with a host of development programs and competitions lined up for the month of August. Talenda Dakadaka, FBC Sports.
Fiji Hockey's under-18 women's team will be marching into camp tomorrow in preparation for the Youth Olympic Games in China. The squad will be competing in the Hockey Fives competition. Endorsed by the International Hockey Federation, Hockey Fives is the officially sanctioned complementary version of the sport, featuring fewer players and simpler rules than hockey's traditional 11-a-side version. Lala Tavatu, who has 14 caps to her name, will lead the side along with Levuka lass Andi Wainikiti Naselesele.
Playing tactics, what we're going to do. See, we might be at a disadvantage of not having all the expertise or so, but we're lucky we're Fijians, because we have our own method of playing. We have unorthodox up our sleeves all the time, and that's what I'm hoping to capitalize on, just our open orthodox play.
The side has been pooled with South Africa, Japan, Netherlands and Argentina in Pool A. The Suva football side will be out to make it a three-peat when it takes on Lambasa in the Fiji Suns Skippertuna National League on Sunday. The two teams will meet in the feature clash, and a lot is riding on this match for Suva in its quest for a top place finish. Indra Singh has more on the Whites.
Despite having two protests pending against them, the Suva football side is only focused on taking down the Lambasa outfit.
I think we have been doing very well. So far we have played 7-8 games, still undefeated. So we still left with 6 games, and all tough games coming up. So we really have to prepare hard for those games.
The two teams have met twice this year, with Suva beating the Lions on both occasions. However, Singh understands the past results don't matter.
It will be a good game. We have played them in the same final in the Fiji Fact. It was a really interesting game, so we are expecting a very tough game against Lambasa.
This is Lambasa's home game, but they are playing it in the capital and want to make it sweeter by ending Suva's winning run.
Well, we have got all capable players to do the job for Lambasa, but the only thing is, like in the Fiji Fact, we had more possession, we did more attacking, we had everything in the game, but the result was not in our favor. So we're just focusing on the fitness level and the finishing for the team. And if things go out well, we should make an upset to Suva.
Come Sunday, Suva will know where it stands, as the outcome of the protest would have already been decided. However, as the capital side put it, it's all about winning the matches on the field from now on that really matters. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
That was your sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
After many successful years in the local media industry, Pacifica Communications celebrates its 20th anniversary this week. Established in 1994, Pacifica is both an advertising agency and a media production facility that produces TV ads and other audio and visual materials for TV, radio and the newspapers. Managing Director Dale Hermanson says Pacifica is well known for the quality and consistency of its work, and the company plans on maintaining that reputation well into the future. It's that time again. Trish with weather.
Thanks, Jackie. Well, let's look at today's map. Suva and Savu as usual, with partly cloudy skies in the morning and occasional showers in the afternoon. Rest of the major centers, Nadi, Lotokamba and Lambasa, had fine weather all throughout the day. Temperatures, well, Suva was 27, Nadi 29, Lotoka with 30, Mba 29, Savu 26 and Lambasa 29. Tomorrow's forecast, expect similar conditions like today. Suva and Savu might have cloudy skies in the morning and scattered showers in the afternoon. As for Nadi, Lotokamba and Lambasa with fine weather all day long. For mariners, a strong wind warning, it remains in force for all Fiji waters. East to southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and up to 30 knots at times, and rough seas. Image of the day, this picture of Tamasua village in the Yasawas by Chumesa Keen.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. Our top stories again tonight. Japan gives over $82,000 to buy ballot boxes for Fiji's September election. New $11 million Navarre Hospital safe from whims of nature, and it is expected to provide world-class service for nearby communities. And misunderstanding leads to disappointment, as much-awaited town declaration of Navarre did not eventuate. Now on to our Fijian Speak segment. The question this week: what makes a good leader?
I think attitude makes a good leader. Good leader should look everyone equally.
There should be no corruption at all. Makes a good leader.
Good leader makes honesty. And as I am a citizen of Fiji, I would like this country to move ahead rather than going backwards.
You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And to receive the latest headlines on your mobile phone, take subspace FBC to 777. That's all for tonight. Good evening.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot. Deke me lala, kai me high. Tangi tauwa me. Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot. Mirchi FM, bo julum julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.